Salaam Nerds is brought to you by halalshirts.com, where you can find fun novelty gifts for your Muslim friends. While you're at it, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Yo, Salaam Nerds! It's your boy Neebz, aka Watch with Neebz, and I'm here with my co-host Jazz, aka Anakin Jazz Walker.
You know what? Just for that, we gotta bring back the lightsaber.
Bring it.
Yes, let's go.
Ooh, that's
the
right.
red saber. This actually is the same hilt as his, so got the details just
nice.
right. Yep.
Nice. Very good. Very good. Let's go.
I'm a fan. You know how it is.
Yes. So today's episode is going to be about Obi Wan Kenobi, and it's going to be an exciting episode. And let's get into it because that finale was bonkers, man.
Did you cry?
That was you know what? I did not cry watching it, but then when I digested it, like afterwards, I was like, all right, yeah. Also, actually, no. Actually, I did cry at OSC, but it's not the thing you think. Like everyone's always talking about like the Obi-Wan and stuff like, and that one hit me later. Like I had to like really like process it. But the scene that hit me instantly was like when little Leia puts on her outfit. Yeah. Like with the holster.
With the holster.
Like, bro, that made me so sad.
Yeah.
Like, rest in peace, man. R.I.P. That was really sad. Like I was
it
like,
was a
I
good
felt that
tribute.
one.
I agree. It was a very great tribute to her. The outfit and everything. I mean, it hit me in the feels. I'll be honest. I started crying when he said hello there.
Oh yeah.
Like, that just hit me. I was like, oh, this is my childhood. They're tying this all in. It's such an emotional scene. And just like Waterworks, and just one tear just rolled down my face. I was like, all right.
I didn't cry at the hello there scene, but I loved it so much. Like I was so happy. I was like, it was like tears of joys inside. Like it was just like so good. Like it was so satisfying. That line was so satisfying.
They knew exactly how to deliver that, and the whole show delivered. Like when I'm looking back at it now, I know I gave it a lot of shit on episode 4, but no, I was just completely wrong. Like 2 weeks ago, like they knew what they were doing.
The payoff was so good, man. Like some of these episodes, like the payoff was so good. The way they built it up, I am so satisfied with this series. Like it gave me everything I wanted. Even when I didn't know I wanted it. Right?
Correct. Yeah, I didn't expect it to hit this much, but it did. And like when I'm looking at Obi-Wan, right? I thought the show wasn't about Obi-Wan in the first few episodes.
Yeah.
But this ending tied the whole package together with a nice little bow. It's like, no, this is an Obi-Wan show. And
sometimes you just gotta trust the process, man. Like let it work itself out. Because like honestly, like let's say we got episode 4 and 5 right in the beginning. It wouldn't hit. It wouldn't hit as hard.
You're right. It wouldn't.
We shouldn't get exactly what we want. Like it's one of those things. Like what did Henry Ford said? Like if I gave people exactly what they wanted, they would have faster horses, right? That's exactly what he said.
You're right.
Right. So trust the process, man. Trust the process. I enjoyed it. Let's get into it, man. Let's talk about. I don't know what to talk about first because there's so much. You know what? Let's always talk about Camille first because we got to give a shout out to our brown guy.
Haja. Haja was there for us.
He was there for us.
The word of a liar, but we trusted him, and he was there. He was always there protecting little Leia.
I liked it. He was there protecting little Leia, and he wasn't like the most important character, but like he was in there for a good amount. Also, like what's her name? Ice Cube's son is in it, right? I didn't know that was him.
I didn't know it was him until this episode. What was his name? He was the guy who needed time to fix the thing. Yeah, I cannot remember his name, but yeah.
Roken,
yeah. It was Roken. Yeah. And he also did a very good job for his role. Like it seemed minor, but he's doing a really good job with it.
Yeah. It was really good, man. Like I am very satisfied with everyone on this show. It's just no notes, man. I got no notes. There's nothing else I wanted. It gave me everything I wanted.
Yeah, like let's talk about that fight scene, man.
Wait, let's back up and talk about like Reva going after Luke, and then we'll jump into this fight scene.
Okay, sure.
I want to go in chronological order.
You know what? That's fair. Okay, and that fight scene, we have a lot to talk about with that. So that's fair.
Yeah.
Let's just jump into Reva then.
So Reva going after Luke, like I didn't understand what was happening. I was like, first of all, like she just like knew that it was Luke that she figured it out. Like that was like fine. She went after him. But what I really loved about that is they like, you know how we talked about last episode, how they just like build people's legacy and just make it so much richer. Owen and his wife, like badasses. Like it was so good. And the thing is, like in I forget which Star Wars movie it is, but they find out that like they were burned to death, right? Is how they died. But now to see them fight like badasses to the death, like you know they put up a fight. You know, like when they were torturing them to find out about Luke, like they put up a fight. Like it just gave their characters like so much more depth. And I love that his wife is like, no, we're gonna fight. We're gonna take this to the end. Like she was a badass, man. Like
that was A New Hope where they actually died.
Okay, yeah.
So it was like the first Star Wars movie ever.
yeah. But like they just started and then they're just like burnt to death and you don't know anything about it. But now we can assume that like they put up a fight because they were fighters, man.
It hit so much more, just like the way Vader hit so much more after Rogue One. I think that with this scene showing how much Uncle Owen and Beru fought, that their death in Episode 4 hit more.
Yeah,
like you're right. They're adding so much to it. Like everything in this last episode solidified how much Uncle Owen, like how important he was in this Star Wars universe.
Dude, there's like all these scenes that hit so different now because like I went back and like saw some scenes from Episode 4, which is like A New Hope. As soon as Luke finds Leia and says Ben Kenobi found me, she jumps up and goes Ben Kenobi, and like you're like, oh okay, but now you're like, oh, you know why? Like she jumped, like she's so excited that Ben is there, and she just like jumps out and like so excited to hear that name that he's here, and like now you know why. Like oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah,
so
I think that was the issue with Episode 4. Like a lot of people didn't like it at first, was because it was just so. Oh, I don't get it. Why is it so important? They're finally tying in all those little details to why it's so significant.
Oh man, it's really good. And like Reva was up there with Vader because like it was like a horror movie, right? So one of the things that people love about Vader is like Vader is presented like a horror like monster, like Jason. Like he's slow, he just comes out of nowhere, he has this breathing, he's super powerful. You don't know when he's gonna use like his big power, you don't know when he's gonna use like small power. Like and Reva was kind of like in this like serial killer mode, and it was really scary because like the lighting with like the red saber and the darkness and them hiding in cubbies and stuff, it was really really good. I was super happy with that scene.
God, I forgot what I was gonna say there, man. But
well, like then like he like chases him down, and like I think like it really solidified her character.
Yeah,
she couldn't go through with it. She couldn't go through with it, right? She couldn't kill him. She was like, I couldn't kill Vader, but I'm gonna get revenge somehow, right? So she was gonna like kill his son, and then like she even says like, "Wow, you really love him as your own." Like he was like saying these things in between, and you can see like the way these people are protecting her, like all this stuff is slowly adding up. And then when she sees him and she sees like this, he's just this little boy, and she imagines
just like
herself,
she was,
like she was, she couldn't do it. And that's what's like so great about her character. And you're like, she honored the younglings by not going through with it, and she thought she didn't honor them by not doing it, but it was the other way around. And what's so great about that scene is that like it's on Tatooine, it's night, and she's on the sand, knelt down. That's the same scene from Dark Maul in Rebels. Like,
yes, and that's what I was gonna talk about actually a bit later with Obi-Wan and his stance. But yes, they did a lot of parallels to Rebels here.
Yeah, man.
But no, I was gonna say about Reva. Mose Ingram, her acting. Where are the haters? Where are the haters?
Where are they now? Where are they now?
Because she delivered, man. Like,
that
hit. She did a fantastic job toward the end here. Like, Screw what everybody says.
Even when she wasn't doing that great of a job acting, like she's actually acting as someone who is acting. Because she's not the third sister. She's like pretending to be the third sister. Yeah. I don't know. I liked her arc. I thought it was very satisfying. I thought they put a bow on it. It was perfect.
Yeah. Do you think she's gonna come back in any of the other shows or no?
She's gotta come back in something. But she'll be so much older. I don't know how that would work. Well, actually, no. She could come back in Andor. Who knows? Because that's around the same time.
I also hear there might be a spin-off of just her and her like journey from here on.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind.
There's a rumor about that floating around. I don't know if it's real or not, but we'll see. You want to jump into Obi-Wan and that fight now?
Let's go. Well, let's go, man. Let's do it. All right. One of the things, like you talked about it a little bit earlier, we talked about the Darth Maul and the Obi-Wan connection. My favorite thing is that he did the stance. He did his Obi-Wan over the head thing.
The
Just
Form
fantastic.
3 Soresu stance. For those that don't know, it's this one.
Yes.
That one.
Like we see him do it in like Clone Wars, Rebels. Like we see him do it in all of these different iterations, and we got to see it. Fantastic. The battle was great. It was really, really good. It was like they were doing spins. They were doing like all these moves.
They were using the Force to move rocks, and at the beginning of the fight when Obi-Wan wasn't like going all out, I was like, oh, okay, so Vader's still strong, and then like Vader just pissed him off. He's like, oh yeah, that Anakin's dead.
But like, you know what's like Vader's downfall is that he's so freaking vindictive, right? So like the first time he tried to burn him alive, just like Obi-Wan tried to burn him, right?
Yeah.
And now like he has to wear the breathing apparatus and can't breathe, so he tried to bury him alive, right? And it was like a parallel. He wants Obi-Wan to feel what he feels, and like that was Vader's downfall. He wanted him to suffer. And that's why he's such a good villain, because he has so much hate in him. Yeah. Right? But that was his downfall, because like Obi-Wan had so much love in him, and he thought about Leia and he thought about Luke, and it gave him the power. And he
unleashed it, man. Talk about the Force unleashed in that moment.
Dude, he was earthbending. Like he threw those rocks at him like he was like Toph Beifong, right? He was just throwing rocks at him.
When he just lifted all of them up, I was like, oh my god, what is going on here?
I loved it, man.
Like, it was like, I meant it in a good way. Like, I wasn't like upset that he did that way, but I was like, oh shit, Obi-Wan, you're that strong?
But he's not just strong, he's also like smart, right? Because he went after his like breathing apparatus
immediately.
Like that, immediately, right? Because like even through all of this, he's still General Kenobi, right? He's a tactician, or what you call it. He knows strategy. He knows how to like really like fight people. He knows Anakin inside and out. Whereas Anakin was just like raw power, just hate, and like wants him to suffer. Obi-Wan was like, no, I'm going to win this fight. That's what I'm gonna do, and then I'm going to leave.
Yeah, and what a fight that was, man! Like. When he was like launching all the rocks, and then when they sliced the mask, I don't know if have you seen like all of what Rebels?
Yes, I've seen Rebels. It's the opposite side of the mask.
Yeah,
right?
the one when Ahsoka did it. Yeah, and so many parallels, man. Like they did this really well.
Yeah, so like when Ahsoka had a fight with him, she ripped off like one side of his mask, and then when General Kenobi did it, he ripped off the other side of his mask. But it's only Luke who can take off the full mask, and like, that's when he got his redemption, right? And I was like, that's a beautiful parallel, man. I liked it. But like, you know what really made that fight is the dialogues during the fight, right? Where he's like, I am what you made me, or he says something like, I am what remains. And like, I think those lines were so good, because he also said like, there's this one scene that I think is so beautiful, is because like, you can see the colors on his face, because there's like, for a brief second, you see blue.
You're right. There's a lot of reflection there.
Right? You see blue when his face is unveiled. You see this blue, and he goes like, I did this. I killed Anakin. And like, that was like the last bit of goodness left in Vader, because like, he was giving Obi-Wan an out. He was like, "It's not your fault this happened. I have myself to blame." But then as soon as he said that, it all turns to red. And he was like, "I am what remains," and then only hatred was left. So he gave him that like last bit of like, you know, I did this to myself. It's not you who did this to me. And like he kind of left him off the hook. And I thought that was beautiful, man. So good. The lighting composition, the dialogue, the fight. Fantastic.
When he said, "So my friend is really dead," that hit me too. I was like,
yeah,
he's dead for now. But, you know, he's dead before his redemption arc, but he's dead. And then Obi-Wan just went full Avatar state there.
Yeah, right? It was so good. It was so good. And I love the fact that, like, you know, he left and he called him Vader. Like, he accepted.
He didn't call him Anakin. You're right, yeah.
He accepted that Anakin is gone. And you know what? Accepting that Anakin is gone, and accepting, like, you know, he doesn't need to, like, follow Luke anymore, that's what opened him up to the Force Ghost. The Force rewarded him. And that's how he was supposed to see Qui-Gon, right? And I thought that was really, really good. Because, like, as the essence of a Jedi is to... I don't think, like a lot of people think Jedis can't love, but the essence of a Jedi is to love, but also let go of what you love. And I think that's what Obi-Wan did. Like, he loves Anakin, he let him go. He loves Luke, he let him go. And that's when the Force rewarded him, and that's when he could see Qui-Gon. And I thought that was a pretty cool parallel. Obi-Wan is such a great character because of this. Like, he's already a great character, but, like, now it's, like, cemented, right? Like, he's just, like, one of the greatest.
Obi-Wan was my hero growing up, man. Like... Yeah. Seeing him in this light, seeing him at his, like, getting all of his strength back, getting all of his, like, brilliant mind, like, seeing all of it come back to him, and him defeating Vader. Not defeating Anakin, him defeating Vader, him defeating the hatred inside of him. This was so good.
That's the one that's interesting, because, like, Vader is, like, the most powerful person in the world, but man keeps taking L's to Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how the New England Patriots are, like, were the best teams, but they kept losing to the Giants regardless. Right? Like, yo.
You know what? I enjoy that one because I'm a Texans fan. And you know what? Every time we made it to playoffs, the Patriots always ruined it for us. So, yes. Look, thank you.
Anakin is Tom Brady, and, like, Obi-Wan is Eli Manning. And, like he's got his number. No matter how much better Anakin is, Obi-Wan's got his number.
You're right. Eli Manning's the only quarterback to beat Brady, what, twice?
Yep, twice.
You're right. How appropriate. What an analogy here.
Every time they faced each other in a Super Bowl, like, Eli won. Even though, like, you know, what you call it, Tom Brady is the superior quarterback.
Yeah, he's the GOAT.
That's my parallel. That's
you know what? We need this, okay? Salaam Nerds is now also going to be a sports talk show.
Yo, I'm from Jersey. You know I rep the Giants, man. Like,
I feel you, dude. I feel you. I respect it.
Yeah. Oh, man, I like the parallel. I might make a TikTok about this later.
I think you should, actually. It's a really good parallel. Like, down to the numbers. It's perfect. And Brady was a good person initially, but then he became the league's most hated quarterback. How appropriate.
Oh, man. Well, let's just... At least Anakin doesn't kiss his son on the mouth. Like,
yeah. That's weird.
Oh, man. No, man. Let's go back to Star Wars, because I don't know. I really love this episode. What characters do you want to see return in some other way or form? Because, like, I definitely want to see... Camille's character somewhere in Star Wars world, and I want to see Reva somewhere. I would love to see these two characters.
Reva for sure probably will get a spinoff, I think. There's no way they invested this much as her. Like, yeah, sure, she may have been side character initially, but I think because of all the hate she's getting, I think Disney might pull a, hey, you know what'd be cool? What if we gave Reva her own show now?
Yeah.
Make all the haters mad. Get more publicity. There's no such thing as bad publicity.
But, like, here's the thing, right? Like, one thing that we haven't really got a definitive, like, conclusion to is the Inquisitors, right? Like, there's still some Inquisitors left. And, like, Reva could go and have a show where she just, like, fights these Inquisitors. Because when A New Hope starts, all the Inquisitors are dead. There's no Inquisitors, right?
This is true.
Like, and the thing is, there's only a finite number of Inquisitors because the majority of them are just Jedi that were turned right before Order 66, or Jedi that were turned and tortured after Order 66, or Force sensitive kids that they found. These are all who become Inquisitors, right? But there's not that many of them, so I could see like Reva going out and fighting them and killing these Inquisitors. I can see a show like that.
I can see it too. How old would then? So how old was Leia at the beginning of A New Hope? Do we know that?
Probably in her 20s.
Okay, that would time
Maybe 18.
well then. Wow. Okay, wait. How then? Rebels? How old was she?
Probably under 18, because I know Carrie Fisher was around 18 when she was like cast.
Okay. Yeah, because then
she was really, really young.
Yeah, so I'm trying to see how that timeline would work, because in Rebels, I know she did this mission to deliver those 3 carriers to, the rebels.
Right.
And then she had Fake being kidnapped, and, she got stunned by Ezra. So at that time, she was 18, let's say, right? She's 10 in this episode. That gives him an 8-year window to do something with Reva's character and to kill the Inquisitors. So, the Inquisitors did show up even after that. So, no, okay, so they have even more time. Okay, yeah, this is good then. Then you're right. I can totally see them doing a show, and it wouldn't be a plot hole in the timeline of what's going on here.
Yeah. Speaking of Leia, I do want to talk about how like Obi-Wan got to tell her about her parents, and she was like, "Oh, you got these traits from your dad. You got these traits from your mom." Yeah. Great moment.
Where's Natalie Portman?
I know. I thought, and the thing is, like, she is so wise, because she was like, "Yeah, I don't need to know anymore because I have parents," and she was like happy with them. Damn, that little girl is so good, man. She kills it.
She was a perfect casting. We said it from day one, man. Like, who they found, I actually still don't know her name. Let's look this up. We keep an eye on her.
But the scene where like she's getting interrogated and she's like, "Yeah, we're on the same side, right?" Yo, if a little kid outsmarted me like that, I would just pass away. I would not be able to live it down.
Vivian Lyra Blair. That's her name. Keep an eye on her, because she is going to be something very special in the Hollywood world.
The way that little girl carried this show for the first 3-4 episodes should be studied, because she was like so bad.
Oh, a masterclass. And like everyone in this show ended up being good. Hayden Christensen was great. Ewan McGregor was great. Vivian Lyra Blair was great. I mean, Moses Ingram was great. Like, this was a fantastic show, start to finish. It was like there was no real bad actor here.
No, I agree. I'm very happy with this episode, man. There's like so many things that I just love about it. I'm
glad they brought Liam Neeson back for Qui-Gon's character.
I know, and he was sassy as ever, man. He's the same motherfucker.
Yeah, it just made me so happy. I was like, yes. I hope we see more of him too. Like, I know Liam Neeson's like
done with it.
Like, done, but like, I hope we see more of that. I think they can even do a whole Qui-Gon Jinn show.
No, I'm satisfied with the way it ended. Like, I'm happy that.
Well, like fine, maybe not a Qui-Gon Jinn show from here, but like one way back in the past.
Oh, like a prequel? Yeah. I would go with that. I would not have an issue with that. That'd be cool. But no, man, it's really cool. I love this episode. I love the way it wrapped everything up in a little bow. I love all the metaphors. I love all the parallels. How would you rank this from the other shows?
Bro, as of right now, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I'm going to put this above Mandalorian.
Really?
Yes. I think it's better than Mandalorian. Mm-hmm.
I think it's right under Mandalorian. I don't know if it's better than Mandalorian. I can see
arguments both ways. But at this moment in time, it's just hitting me so much in my feels. And the nostalgia of it is just really adding to it.
It is. I just love the Mandalorian so much, though. Like, I just love like the character. It's hard. They're up there. It's close. It's close.
It's very close. Do not get me wrong. It's not like, Obi-Wan won by a wide margin. Not even close. It is like, like a hair strand of a difference.
But there's only been 3, right? Has it only been 3 Star Wars shows so far? Or
it's Mandalorian Season 1, Mandalorian Season 2, Book of Boba Fett, and this.
Okay. Well, what if you included the cartoons, like Rebels and Clone Wars?
Man, that gets harder.
Honestly, I would do like Mandalorian, and then I would do Obi-Wan, then I would do Clone Wars, then I would do Rebels, then I would do Boba Fett.
What was the other one in between Rebels and... There was one more, wasn't it?
Bad Batch? Oh yeah, Bad Batch goes at the end.
Bad Batch is good too.
But like,
But
I
it's
think
a
that goes
spin-off.
to the
It's
end
not
for me.
exactly, in the main story.
I
yet.
consider it a different show. I consider spin-off because Book of Boba Fett was a spin-off.
Yeah, okay.
Technically, everything's a spin-off.
Fair. I would put Kenobi up top right now. I think it's the best
Okay,
in the Mandalorian.
fair.
I think we can agree they're 1 and 2.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. And you said, what was that 3 for you? It was
3
Clone Wars?
for me was Clone Wars, then Rebels, then Book of Boba Fett, and then Bad Batch.
So I'm gonna put Bad Batch above Book of Boba Fett.
Ooh, okay, fair.
Yeah, and that's the only difference I have. And then 1 and 2 from ours are different, but I think the rest you nailed in that order.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think Bad Batch just does a good job showing what else is going on aside from just the Rebel Alliance and the Empire. It's cool to see more that there's other stuff going on with it.
I think Bad Batch is just getting started. Like it hasn't.
It is absolutely. There's a season 2 coming later in July, right?
Yeah. I think Bad Batch is going to be good. It's just not there yet. I think it's just getting revved up.
Okay, I guess I'm just really hyped for it because I'll be very honest. I watched Bad Batch quite recently.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I think it might just be fresh in my memory, and that's why I might be a little more biased there.
Anyways, that's our rating. If you're watching right now, let us know what your rating is of the 5 shows: Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, Obi Wan Kenobi, the Clone Wars, Rebels, and Bad Batch. What are your top 5? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see. Until then, that's the end of our episode, man. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, guys, Salaam, nerds.
Peace. May the Force be with you.